Good afternoon. Here we are. I just wanted to say hi. This is going to be my first recipe in front of just doing it full on me. Here I am actually, so this is a disclaimer. Warning, this is not your NONNA'S meatball. I forgot my glasses on. I need them for reading. This is not your NONNA'S meatball. I battle with two sides of me, my very Italian side and my Italian American side. So this is my creation. My grandma left me a beautiful Italian recipe from the region of Puglia, but today it's gonna be a little bit of my grandma's ideas along with a lot of mine. So that being said, this is the turkey veggie meatball. So with a little bit of sausage, and I use this actually for turkey meatballs. I use this for filling, and so some of it is going to be divided and saved actually for different things that I use, and I even freeze some so I could just take it out and then use it as a filling for maybe stuffed mushrooms or a little bit of filling when I layer my eggplant. So that's what we're gonna do. So here we are. I have sausage. I started out with the turkey, grounded turkey, and then I decased the sausage. So I'm going ahead and adding four sausages, and these are pork sausages. So it's gonna render some flavor to the turkey, ground turkey. So we're starting with that, and I'm adding a lot of veggies to this because it's fun. Okay, so I like to have my fun vegetables in this particular recipe, but I don't like it to overpower. So what I do is I put it in the food processor, and very, very finely, I grind up the carrots, the celery, and there's a lot because it truly is a turkey sausage veggie meatball. And then I'm gonna do an onion. And by the way, I am a one-man band, so I don't know how the video's gonna be, but you know what? I keep trying. So we're gonna do that. We did the onion, the carrot, the celery, all very finely chopped in the food processor. Really important. And then we're gonna do 2 eggs. 2 eggs right in there. I pre-crack them, trying to keep this simple as possible. I do have some surprise ingredients along the way that might take you for a loop or two. I do like a lot of garlic. This is three or 4, you can choose. 4 cloves of garlic, I wanna say. I finally just went in with my knife and chopped it up really fine in this case. So I did that. I had finally chopped ahead parsley, a lot of it. I love parsley and it's super healthy. So as you all may or may not know, I'm counting down. I think today's day 93. I'm counting down. I can't wait to go visit my daughter and hang out in Italy for 6 weeks, starting June 7th. So this is the countdown, and this is one of the healthy keto recipes for my countdown. So I'm super excited. I have Italian seasoning. I'm gonna list everything below right now. It's just all like, I do it with the eye, I do it with my hand, but I will list measurements when we're all finished, okay? So that was the Italian seasoning blend. And today, sometimes I do use bread soaked in milk, but today I'm using panko breadcrumbs. So just plain panko breadcrumbs, and then because I do my own Italian seasoning, I like to be able to sort of use my own panko and then add and measure my own seasoning. So we're doing that, and I just did, now I might overdo it a little bit, I probably do, but I like a large amount of grated Pecorino Romano cheese. So you can do more, you can do little, but honestly, this is about 2 cups. So it's going in. I just grated it like 3 minutes ago, and honestly, it smells really, really good. And so we have that. Now we're gonna add salt and pepper. You have to be careful on the salt, so it's like half the amount you might use for a regular meatball, because I did add a lot of cheese and I have the other seasonings as well. And the pecorino does have enough amount of salt. And then I'm gonna go in and just kind of shake in just a good amount of pepper. Shake, 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 shake. I probably should have just put it in a little dish for easier. But you know, I'm eyeballing it, but again, I'll have the measurements for you. I promise. A lot of times people will ask me, well, Maria, how much do you use? And I said, you know, I never wrote it down. So now that I've had the food blog for a few years and now that I'm YouTube, it's kind of odd to pin me down. Actually, I have to write down the measurements, but I know it's very important. I do realize that. So these are my surprise ingredients to keep these meatballs soft, colorful, and beautiful. I add a little bit of my homemade ragu red sauce. That's going to give color to the turkey meatballs because sometimes turkey meat can be a little white and plain. So this definitely does add a little bit brightness to the meatball. So that I like to add a little drizzle of olive oil. Now, lucky me today, this is actually olive oil that was grown from my very Italian cousin Lucia. Shout out to Lucia, our family farm in Italy, and she brought some home for me. So lucky me. But besides that, I only have this little liquid gold, just this much, which was generous of her to give me. So I have this, but I certainly buy a lot of very good olive oils here. Okay, so that's my little secret too. A little drizzle of olive oil in there. Another little secret. I have a little bit of mascarpone cheese. Yeah, that's right. I just put it right in there, and it really gives softness and almost a smooth, delicate silkiness to my meatballs. So, okay, now the secret's out. Everybody knows. Okay, and then the last is a little bit of splash of white wine. So, I think that's enough. It should be enough. You don't want it to get too liquidy either. So it is a fine balance to soft as opposed to wet, and you can't do anything with it. But in that case, you could add a little bit more panko breadcrumbs, which really will help so much. Okay, so that is it. That's everything. And then now we're gonna start to mix it up. So I'm just gonna take my spoon and obviously just start to mix it all together. You can get your hands in there as well. I just want to begin the process with the spoon. I probably should have gotten a little bit bigger of a bowl, but you just want to go in gently and keep mixing it. I do have to say, I was taught a long time ago, a lot of times people will compact their meat and make it real tight, and that actually will make the meat kind of hard if you compact it too much. So you always want to keep it sort of light and airy, and fold and cut and lightly turn the ingredients into each other, just like that, okay? And then I am going to go ahead with my very clean hands, and then I am going to start to massage it in. I like to sort of pick it up, almost like a kneading motion, and use my fingers as my tools. So I just take it and turn it, and then lift it and turn it. You might get a little spillage, but you know what? It's okay. So as you can see, this is a very big batch that I'm making because I'm using it for meal prep too, as I had mentioned. I am gonna use this for a lot of things in the, well, probably not the week, but within the month. But what I will do is actually freeze a little bit of it just as it is. And then I'll show you in the coming weeks or months when I use it. And then I will, redirect you back to a recipe of how to make this original meal prep recipe. But it's a great recipe. You can use it for so many things. There's so many fresh, healthy, whole ingredients in here. And I really pride myself in it because it's something that I came up with, and when I started using it, a lot of my friends and family said, oh, what is this? How did you make it? You know, is it ground meat? Is it this or is it that? And then I just realized I have to write it down because it's hard to remember all the ingredients that I use, but that's where we're at. So it's So I feel like it's incorporated very well. I'm gonna lift this up a little bit. I'm here all by myself. My daughter's in Florence and my son's working, so pretty much I do this on my own every day. So I just want to give you a little update on what I did. I finished the meal prep. Oh, here I am again with my glasses. I finished the meal prep. What I decided to do was I did decide to roll a bunch of the turkey veggie balls, and I'm actually gonna put these in the freezer for about a half hour, and then once they're a little hard, I go ahead and put them in a Ziploc bag, just in one layer flat, and I'll come back and show you that really quick, the final step. And then, as I had mentioned, I decided to leave about a third out, and I'm gonna use this for something else. I'm already thinking, I think I wanna do lasagna with a layer of eggplant and then the filling and roll it. You could do it with ricotta or different things, but this time I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna saute it up. That'll be another day. I think I might do this tomorrow because I'm bringing some food over to my niece who is in need of some TLC. So I think I'll surprise them with that tomorrow. So there you have it. The meal prep is all done. They came out beautifully. A little secret is I didn't want to add more panko, but it was like a little bit too loose to roll, very little bit. When it's like that, before you add the panko, pop the bowl in the freezer just for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes, let's say. That hardens it up just enough to be able to roll them, and I'm glad I did that. But you can always add a little bit more panko also if you're pressed for time, or I use panko this time. In other recipes, I also will use bread soaked in milk, which is a very Italian way. I do drive some of my very Italian relatives and friends a little crazy because a lot of times, which they're right, a lot of times things are set in stone, but a lot of times I will do variations. Of course, I respect the very old world heirloom recipes, but I'm also always evolving them and creating something new out of the original recipe. So that's it, and I hope you have a great day. And I'm just getting used to being around the camera. So that's it. Have a great day. I hope this helped you thinking about meal prepping your week. Thank you. And these I decided to give a light fry to in a little bit of olive oil. Watch the temperature. I love cooking, frying in olive oil, but you have to watch the temperature and keep it on medium and be over it so it doesn't reach the burning point, but it's still